Caitlin Kurtz, 3845. I recently sat in my psychology class, perplexed by the new knowledge of human cloning. How would this benefit us? And would not we naturally have copies of ourselves if we were intended to? Were some thoughts that ran through my anxious mind. I know I'm a human, but the idea of copying myself sounded almost sci-fi. For the majority of us who do not have a twin or triplet, the idea of cloning arouses apprehensive thoughts and creative curiosity. Most of us are left with infinite questions, pondering the idea of, I wonder what it would be like if there's another me in the world. Moreover, the currently popular hype on twins and twinning adds to this pushed idea of being a copy. The topic of cloning refers and relates to all of us due to the fact that we are all human beings. Today I'm going to illuminate you all on the controversial subject of human cloning. This sort of commercialized cloning mentioned above sounds inviting. When viewed through the reality of life, however, it is a very dangerous topic. Data providing facts on this matter show that human beings should not be cloned. To start us off, let us look at what has been shown through cloning. Here are some beneficial outcomes. According to facts from a web article published by the American Medical Association, Dolly the sheep is verified as the very first successful mammal to be cloned in 1997. From this research, there has been more opportunity to study cells in depth and a chance to grow new cells that were damaged. Research has presented blunt data results. Statistics published by the Biological and Environmental Research Information System, BERIS, reveal that the outcome of over 90% of human cloning attempts fail to make sustainable offspring. A web editorial from Nature Publishing Group shows that low success rates results in unstable genes in cloned animals, making normal clones unlikely. No facts lead us to assume that the outcome for humans would be any different. The result of these animal cloning trials allows us to assume the same unstable outcomes for humans, which outweigh the possible benefits that come with cloning. Next, let us examine public statements made concerning human cloning. The American Medical Association states that since 1997, the United States National Bioethics Advisory Commission has been looking at the controversial subject of human cloning. Evidence presented by the Biological and Environmental Research Information System show physicians from the American Medical Association and scientists with the American Association for the Advancement of Science having issued public statements advising against human reproductive cloning. The U.S. Congress considered banning human cloning as well. To clarify, this means the government has to look at human clones as cloning a whole being, who has the potential to be used as nuclear weapons all the way to research for stem cell development. A web article published in 2007 by the American Association for the Advancement of Science, AAAS, state that internationally the nations are divided as well. These divided points of views can be due to the presently poor technology quality used for research, which makes experimenting with life, of the human life, even more dangerous. Plus, they would have to consider that there would be extreme public reactions for human cloning failures, which could potentially damage the field of science and genetics. Now allow me to draw your attention to moral and ethical considerations in cloning a human. Whether a clone is like us or not raises big questions. The National Human Genome Research Institution provides facts from 2012 validating that besides in twins, natural cloning only occurs in bacteria. Logically looking at this, clones can be seen as artificial beings. We must consider moral factors of intellect and mood that the synthetic humanity could possess too. A web article published in May 2009 by the American Institution of Biological Science presents data exposing evidence that various defects may not be revealed until a clone is fully matured. This means that there could be psychological, physical, and spiritual problems that are not apparent at first. According to research from the Biological and Environmental System Research Information System, 30% of clones are born alive are affected with, quote, large offspring syndrome and other debilitating conditions. These facts present larger problems of what would we do with them. Since we do not know if a clone is like us or not, it is hard to draw conclusions on what their way of life would be. By looking at the high failure rates and hidden damage, we see proof of unstable moral and ethics making the risks too high. As the speech comes to an end, let us review the important issues addressed. The ideas of harvesting clones is publicly a serious topic. In essence, evidence shows that support that the dangers of human cloning are very high. If the outcomes are highly ineffective for animals, they would be the same for humans. On top of all of this, we're confronted with massive moral and ethical problems that counteract the government's initial intentions to protect human life. There are simply too many risks of human cloning, which leads us to the conclusion that humans should not be cloned. I challenge you all to decide where you stand on experimenting with the gift of human life. Do you support the idea of cloning your family, your friends, your enemies, your children, and yourself?